Hi, this is Belle for my independent project. I chose cross stitching and I already started my first one before the project began and I got this. This was from a already pre-packaged cross stitch kit, so I had all the floss that I needed, the needle, and the whole layout. So I think it's good for my first time, but it's definitely not as good as I want it to be. As you can see, my cross stitches are very far apart and they are not really, there's a lot of blank spaces. You can also tell that my stitches are a lot different between, see how this is a lot more thicker than the middle of his body. I want to work on that as well. My one YouTube video helped me figure out how to do a French knot, which is just tiny little circles, but they're per cross stitch, for eyes and punctuation marks and semicolons and things like that. So that's the only thing that I used for this one, because the kit doesn't really allow you to venture outside of regular cross stitching. And my second project is also a kit, but it's a lot more wordy. This is what it's supposed to look like. It says, "This life is a great adventure," but I'm excited about this one because there's cursive, and for one of my websites on Symbaloo, there's a whole thing about doing different fonts. So this is what I have so far. It's just the top with the two arrows. I'm just going to show you how to do one or two stitches just as an example. So my thing calls for me to go up one from where I started. So I'm going to come from the back, bring my needle up front, and then once I do this, I'm going to want to bring the string all the way up until it reaches the end, and then you're going to hold it for the first two stitches. And then you can't see it because it's kind of hard to show, but you're just going to bring the needle to the next diagonal dot from where you started. So you're going to bring it up front this time to the back, pull it through. Ooh, this is the hard part. It gets stuck. Okay, pull it through, and then you have half a stitch. And then you come from the back again. You're just going to want to come up for where you started. This is the hardest part, trying to find the back where you want to be. I think cross-stitching, the biggest thing that it's taught me is patience. As silly as that sounds. It's very easy, especially just the simple stitches, but they take a long time. Like, I think this stitch just took me like 45 seconds. And to do like that many stitches, my little gnome guy took me about 3 hours altogether. But I think that these small skills are just teaching me how to take things one stitch at a time, and I hope that I can build on that and do more intricate stitches. Like, I know there's back stitch, French back stitch, colonial stitch, all sorts of things, and I want to incorporate that within words, and I want to be able to use online templates as well. I think that'll be really fun. And it kind of teaches you how to follow directions a little bit more carefully. I think that I've been not so diligent on following the pattern. I kind of go off and I do my own thing, and I think it'll be fun to learn how to stay on track and do everything very perfectly and precisely. So hopefully next time I come back, I'll have my second stitch done, and I'll also be starting my online template stitch. So that's all.